Hey, Saigip here. I'm recording a commentary on my game versus the Hang at QuakeCon 2019. So this first map, Ruins, I picked, and then in the ban process, I banned Slash, he picked Visor, and I picked Sorlak. I was feeling very confident on this map and on Sorlak. So here, I want to get some damage, and it's okay, but then here's my mistake. I take a little bit of damage, and I run into that rocket. So that's a big chunk of my armor and health, pretty gone. Here's my second mistake, going for this green. I heard the sight earlier, and I knew he'd be coming in, so I shouldn't have put myself in a vulnerable spot like that. So he's able to just plow right in. I don't get any good damage, really. That rail does help out a bit, but it's not enough to facilitate a push. I want to get a timing. I heard the RJ, so I just have to avoid that. I just need to get my guns, and I need to get some good positioning. I figured he'd be going T, and I dropped right into him, which is unfortunate. I do get actually good damage there, so this next fight could go in my way if I position myself right, and I take a good one. I actually was fortunate to find out that he was up there, so I just go straight for the heavy. I think he wanted to get that green before the heavy, and so he went there. And here, this push, I really wanted to just deny him the mega or just do enough damage to make it not worth it. And I was actually fortunate enough to get the kill. So here, I want to get this green. I'm being a little greedy. I want to get it though, and I want to deny it from him before I get to this heavy. So fortunately, he doesn't push it, and I'm able to get the heavy. And I RJ up here to take the fight, but he doesn't seem like he wants to. So I heard the sight, and I was trying to listen to see if he would push in a certain way. And that's why I was holding the angle before I went for Mega. The choke's a bad spot for him to come through, so I watched the other angle, and then I could have turned around and killed him. And I keep hearing him, and I'm looking for him. And it turns out the sound was that he was down below heavy. So I'm spamming to make sure he doesn't peek with the rail. And then he hits a nice rocket on me. But he misses the rail, fortunately. If he hits this rail, it probably would have been a little bit harder to push into him. But because he missed it, I just wanted to go right in and get a kill. I wanted to force the issue. Unexpected points for him. So I do get the kill, a little closer than it should have been. But I'm able to recover because the green's up, and then this heavy's coming up. And I actually get a really nice spawn kill. So I'm up in a frag. I'm up a frag right now. And I didn't hear him, but it's okay because I wanted to deny him rail and just go for Mega. I do a weird RJ because I wanted to get there, and it kind of slowed me down a little bit more than boosting me. I did a little bit of juke because I heard the sight. I wanted to see if he would like try to rail me or peek or whatever. But he doesn't. So I RJ over to juke around, get a good flank in. I actually do get the heavy, and I get a lot of good damage. And I do this push because I know I could take a rail fight. I could take 3 rails. 2 rails would put me to a bad spot, and 3 rails would kill me, but, you know, I just need to hit 1. So that's fine. So here I am getting full control, and I don't want to force the situation yet. I want to see where he's at before I make a push. And I do get a good rail, and this is where I want to get a push. I get some spit damage on him, so I RJ at him. And I think he ported as I ported, so a little unlucky, but it's okay. I can fall back to the heavy and reposition for this Mega. So I did barely hear him before he went through the telly, and I got really fortunate with those 2 rails. And so that was a good kill, and it puts me up 5-2. I didn't hear him port there, obviously, until like he ports, so it's a little bit of tickle damage. He does get 100, but it's not a huge deal yet until he gets a good position and does damage. Right there is a smart move by him to use the sight, and here I'm just trying to juke him out so he doesn't know where I'm at. I try to spit a little bit up to get it on the bridge, but I kind of messed up. So I just leave. I don't want to take any damage, and he gets Mega. I start off with the good initial rail, and I try to go for a second one, and I could take one. If I take another rail, this is where I can back up, but I'm still trying to get this rail. And I miss all of my rails, so it's not a big deal, but I do get the initial, so that can just deny him from pushing me at all. I'm able to get heavy again for free. And I heard him T, and I'm trying to flank around Nail, and he actually catches me out, which is a good move by him. And I'm okay right now until he hits that rail. The rocket was okay, it's only 20 damage. The rail is what killed me here. I spit on him to get some initial damage, and then also to tick him down. But unfortunately, he does kill me. And then he actually runs into the spit again. And here I want to just finish him because he's just 10 HP. And I get the kill, and I actually try to be greedy again. And RJ didn't make it to heavy in time, and I thought he spawned there, but it turns out I got really fortunate. He spawns at LD. So I don't want to go up the pad if he ported, so he could just float me and kill me. So I decided to get an LG instead to try and fight for this Mega. And I'm fortunate enough that he's at the upper green. So I can get this Mega. I can reposition to T if I want to get that green. And I actually made a mistake here trying to push into him. I'm pretty sure he had sight there. And I'm in a really bad spot. So here I'm just playing slow. I'm listening for him. I do hear him T, so I spit if he tries to push. And that fight would have probably been in my favor. So I'm juking around again using my speed to my advantage. And I'm just trying to play slow because he has quite a good stack. Mega and probably like 175, 100. I haven't done anything to him really. And then this rail makes us about even. So I kind of wanted to pressure a little bit, but then I heard him like, it sounds like I think I heard him run away, so I decided to go for heavy instead. Just rush to it, and he rushed through my rockets, which kind of surprised me, which is why you see my reaction there. So here I don't know if I could get Mega, but I'm trying to listen for him. So I spit to try and deny him, and I actually hit some really nice spit, about 75 or 80 damage. And that completely just reduces his stack to not much. And he knows that, so he's just playing T to try and hide from me. But I kind of messed up. I tried to make a big play there, RJing up, and I would have been able to hit a direct and then probably kill him. But I just stopped right at T. So instead, I just dropped down. I somewhat safe, I guess, after that risky play. I do catch him out and get some good damage. I could re-peek this. But I do miss the rail. He gets a nice one. And I want to check for this green, but it's not up, so it's unfortunate. I'm in a bad spot, somewhat, if he pushes this. So that's why I throw it on the spit. It actually would pretty much kill him instantly. He comes in and, 100 damage, because he'd have to back up into a bubble, and if I'm pushing him, he'd be dead. So here I heard sight. And I know like he's going to be watching it, so I try to make a big move, and I do actually pull it off. Hit one rail, and I'm okay, so I can re-peek again. Hit a second rail, and that rail is what pretty much saved me this game, those two rails. The second one, like the first one was a good initial start, and then that second one, like pretty much won me the game. It gave me the Mega, I'm able to back up into this green, and then I can just like defend myself if I need to. I heard him port. I try to get a rail and avoid the rocket, so I don't hit it. But it's okay, because I now have full control. And a minute and a half, 2 frags. I'm pretty golden, and my spit's up as well. I just need to avoid a confrontation with him, and this is right here. He does get good damage, but I can back up into the Mega. I'm playing safe. Here, I'll put a little bit of pressure on him, and I put a bit too much. I instead of just trying to keep my stack, I do lose most of it right there. And instead of staying on heavy in position, I get the bubble instead, so that way if he rails me, I won't die instantly, and he gets it for free. I want it to be able to at least trade damage if I die. I do miss a rail, and it's okay. I just need to avoid him for another 50 seconds. And so that can be done, and I have a spit, so that can keep me alive as well. I heard the rocket, so I'm not 100% sure where he was at, so I have to be careful, and he comes in because I don't hear him. So I thought he was going up to the green to push me, but it turns out he just was at the nail. But again, I didn't hear him. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. I could still run. I'm Sorlag. I'm pretty tanky. I get a rocket here, and that can let me RJ around. He does hear me, and I hear him. So I just RJ away into the green because I know he couldn't grab it, and I go right under him. I heard sight, so this is the move that also was really good. He knew he couldn't catch me if he direct chased me, so he cut me off. But instead, I double backed so I could avoid him. I heard the RJ, but it doesn't matter because there's 1 second left. And that's a good W by me. Map 2, Vale. Obviously this is his choice. I think this is when he banned Ranger, and I picked Galena first. I should have picked Aizen. It was a mistake on my part. And that fight is also another mistake. I could have taken a lot more damage, but I did dodge pretty well, so it's alright. Hit a good rail, and I want to get this LG. I saw him port, so I think I can get time, but I don't hear him drop here. So that gets me killed. So I'm a little frustrated, but it's okay. You know, I had to recover from that. I can't let it get to me. Listening, I didn't understand where the rocket came from, so I'm a little weirded out. I didn't also mean to drop. I'm not sure why I did, but it's not the end of the world. I'm still okay. It's only 1 frag. A minute in, we're okay. Here, I'm just listening for him. I don't want to drop immediately, because in case he's holding it and I drop, he can just hit a good rail, a free rail. And here, I want to listen again, trying to find him. I heard a weapon pickup, so I thought it was like shotgun. And here, I got a nice little flank on him, but I messed up my movement, and all my execution was horrible here. And I don't get the heavy at all. It would have been a good steal. But I try to go for it, miss my first and second rocket. Then I just realized I can't win this, so I just need to try to get out. And I'm just making it as awkward as possible. Here, I know I'm probably gonna die, so I just jump for my life. So I want to try to get out, even if I die. Even if I take a rail, that is. So here, I just trying to restack, figure out a plan of what I want to do. I heard him, so I turned around and I messed the jump up a little bit intentionally, so I don't like get caught. There, I heard him at the green, and so I go for the lower green immediately. But unfortunately, I didn't hear him drop, so I get killed, and that's why you can see the reaction. I didn't hear him there either, so I kind of mistakenly push in, and then he hits some nice rockets that denies me entry. I try to push in. I thought he was at the lower green, or the middle rather, because I heard the green pickup. So it sounded like heavy to me, so I thought he was mid, and then he comes out and catches me unexpectedly. I do still heavy, and I get some damage in, so that's actually pretty good for me. So I want to push in as soon as I can, but not too hard. Just get some good damage in and back up into the Mega. Unfortunately, I don't hear him at all, so I'm assuming he's at rail. But it turns out he's at mid, going towards heavy. So I'm a huge stack. Sure, it's annoying. And I could just bully my way in here. I heard the green, so I spam in case he tries to push in, get some LG damage, and then I go mid above him. I do some nice tribal damage onto him, so I want to make a push here. That's what I do. He's getting good LG damage, so I can't really commit to the fight. So I just have to give it up, and I'll put another totem down. And try to get on the heavy side, so in case he comes flying through, he'll take some damage. It's like free for me, which is exactly what happens. So I find out he's up at tribal, and so I try to get in, but he's just using some good rockets. And he gets heavy, and I lose everything. So that's a mistake by me. Instead of just trying to reroute, I just keep pushing through that same choke. So now I have to play on the back foot for a little bit. Fortunately, on this map, there's 4 greens, so you can just avoid them for as long as possible. Get some greens, then fight and take the other greens as well, or you could just like fight, commit, and then use the greens to replenish after you get a kill or steal a heavy. Or mega, you know, whatever, a major item. Here, I heard the turret, and I wanted to go up because I knew he was at tribal. Instead of porting, because I didn't get free damage. And here, I'm trying to like get some good exchange, but I can't. So I use the green. I actually, what I did there was I didn't take the green immediately, because I wanted to maximize. He does get good damage though, and he does kill me, and I don't get the mega. So here I got a bad spawn. I'm trying to fight it because I want to just do max damage again for our next fight. But he doesn't want to. It looks like he wants to preserve his stack. He does catch me out. a little bit, and I'm fortunate to not die. And I do die to the turret, which is silly by me. I should have remembered that. I'm trying to max damage again. Trying to steal items, but again, like it's not the cess isn't working out too well. So I'm just trying. I'm trying something that's not working, and I need to change up my plan. So I'm slowing it down a bit more. I'm listening, so I'm backing up. Instead of committing to a fight at Mega, I'm trying to just get some damage and then back out. It's a decent push, but then he messes up by coming back in. And that gives me my first kill. And I still don't, for some reason, did not know the Mega time. I'm pretty sure I heard it before I died, but I think I thought it was earlier. So I get both items, and I'm off to a pretty decent start for a comeback. I get good damage, and I want to commit to this fight. I want to get a kill. He does get a good initial rocket, but it's okay. Like, he misses the second one, and I for some reason take damage. I hit a good rail, and I remember that Mega's coming up, so I just had to. I pushed through. I want to not give him anything, and I forgot that I had no LG ammo. So that's a huge mistake. I gave up full control right there. Instead of trying to just get some ammo and then fight, I just really wanted to deny him the Mega. And if I had ammo, I would have killed him, but it's alright. Here, I want to push in. I know he's low. A little bit risky, but at this point of the game, I'm starting to get a little too behind in terms of control and score. So I take a little bit of a few risks trying to get into the control. And 5 HP, I don't have much, but I'm trying to fight for this heavy, and that's a big risk that I should have just avoided. It's a smart play by him to leave Mega up and go for the heavy instead, because he knows how weak I was. So that's why I figured that like maybe I did enough damage, and I could have pushed in to get the green or something, but it's not working out. So if I die, I'm down 6 frags, 3 minutes. You know, it's not bad, but I'm just dying here. So I need to figure out something else. And I don't even get a rail, so he's a big 175, 175. So I thought he got Mega, but I guess what happened is he just missed it, going through. Maybe the rocket or whatever pushing him off of it. And I am a little bit fortunate that happened. That's my mistake in commentary, but I do get a kill here, and the comeback is possible, 100% possible at this point. And I get my heavy, relatively free. He just cut me out pretty well, and I'm trying to get this Mega, get some good damage in. I'm hitting solid LG, but like he's still getting the items, and I do hit a nice rail. He didn't expect me to be there at all. So I need to be careful, and I have to just leave. I have to give up that green just because I can't give away frags anymore. So here I know I can't get heavy, so I'm gonna be getting an LG. Hit some good damage, and I can back out. But now I'm 12 HP, and he has full control of the map, and I can't do anything. I stay to try and get the Mega, but I hear him at the last second pushing through LG, and I die because of it. And that kill pretty much solidified his win on this map. So I have to, I know that like the map is over, but I have to keep playing, so I have to just kind of know, like, you know, reassess that I'm a good player, and, you know, make sure that I know I can kill him and all that. So here I'm just taking fights I know like that are super risky, but they probably won't do anything. As long as I like can kill him and, you know, take good fights like that, just like positioning and all that, I know that I can still beat him on the last map. It's just like a mental refresher, I guess to say. You just keep yourself in the game. You don't want to just give up, because then if you give up, then the next game you might as well, you know, you might be doing the same thing, just giving up the whole time. So here I'm just fighting, I'm pushing, I'm making sure I can take good fights, knowing I can beat him. He has a nice rail, and I'm a little scared to go for Mega, but I do anyways. 1 HP, and I'm gonna push into him again. I'm trying to find him, just take a good fight and kill him. I do miss the first rail, and he hits his, and I pretty much can't kill him here. I hit a nice rail, but he's not gonna peek. He's just gonna be hanging out, and I do drop to try and get the kill, but it's not meant to be. So 13-5 for him, and it's a pretty good map, even though I lost. Map 3 is Awoken. I don't remember what I banned here, but I do get BJ, and he gets Ranger. So it's a pretty standard start. If he hit that rail, been in bigger trouble, but he didn't, so I just decided I'm gonna ult, go right in for the push, and I get a lot of good damage. So I actually catch him out. I knew he was gonna go for these bubbles, but he doesn't hear me. So I'm fortunate, and I know he spawns rail, so I gotta be a little careful. And I'm just playing Mega, just because I know the exact timing of it. Here, I avoid a rail, luckily, and I go up, and I just play a weird angle just to avoid all his rails. I don't want to give any damage to him. And so when I figure he's gone, I go for a rail. And I don't push in immediately because I know he's a rocket, and then I hear him pick up Tribal, so that gives me room to push through. Here, I want to ult to deny the green, and I know he's still there somewhat, or he should be there still. So I spam it, and I just leave the green because it gives me time to get to heavy. He had some nice spam rockets, but it's not enough to deter me from getting heavy. I didn't hear him drop, but I did hear him orb through, so I try to peek and hit a rail on him, but I didn't hit it, so it's it's a little unfortunate. Get my tribal demo. Didn't realize I was out. He does try to push through. He tried to push through that the choke because I was spamming it, and I tried to bait him out by switching to LG, and it fell right for the trap. He does that quite a bit, and I know that he does that, so I kind of plan for it. Here he's trying to assess a bit, get some damage in, and so I'm just backing up, letting him come to me. I RJ up because I know he's gonna want to do something, but he said just runs away. And here I'm just trying to play safe, just backing up a little bit, not spammed. I do hear him at LG, and I try to catch him, but it's alright. I do get the green, and I get some LG ammo. Trying to make sure he doesn't rail me. So he does. He is at HMG railing. I catch him out because he misses the rail. I go up the pad because I heard the orb, and I'm trying to push for this kill. I missed that rail to finish because I really knew it was going to get boosted back. I missed the second rail too, but it's okay because Mega's mine, and I can get this green. And the LG green is he can't get access to it because I'm here. So I push right in for the kill. I know he's weak. I try to get a spawn kill. I do miss my nails because I figure he's on the right side, so I just plow right through Telly. And he ports because he thought that I'd be like up the stairs and he can get free damage. I hit one good rail, and I push in for this kill just because I did enough damage. So now I have a good cycle. I'm able to spawn kill him quite a bit, and I'm just listening. I thought he spawned LG, but it does turn out he spawned rail. So I'm trying to be careful because I know I didn't realize at first that he has a rocket, but I remember killing him. He drops it. I RJ to get a kill, but he does hit a direct and an orb, and I actually am surprised the second rocket didn't do any damage. I'm trying to play a little passive here, like maybe do damage. So I give up the Mega. I decided to just stay alive, keep all my guns. There's no reason to throw anything away. I have my ult as well. He does push in for a kill, and I'm just playing passively. I'm just avoiding him. I'm trying to get this idea of the cycle, like find out where he's at, get some good spam damage in. I hit a good rail, and I try to re-peek, but I just didn't get anything. I ult because I figured he'd RJ or orb, and he actually went T instead, and that gives me the Mega. I hit another nice rail, and I know he likes going tribal, so I hold the angle, and I want to push in for this kill. And it gets me the kill here. And here's a mistake I did. Instead of going for the lower green at shotgun, I could have done that. I just kind of pushed through. It was a little bit risky, but I do catch him out, and I hold the spam, so I just push him into the wall, deny him the heavy. Deny the steal, rather. So here, I think he's trying to come up, but he opts not to, and I want to get a little bit of pressure. I didn't hear him until he was going up the stairs, so it's a little unfortunate. And here the green comes into play. Again, ammo management, a little bit of a mistake by my part. I ult because I hear him, and I'm trying to spam him out. And I didn't hear him jump across like that. So I am a little fortunate not to take as much damage as I could have. Here, I want to put a little pressure on Mega. I couldn't go through Chi, so I dropped down and tried some tribal and then rail him. I didn't get a single rail. That's a little unfortunate, as the tribal damage is before the Mega, so he can just get a green and be back to 100 armor, excuse me. He actually makes an interesting move of just pushing right in. And he gets a nice direct as well. He gets a lot of good damage. It's a very strange move just because I was prepared for it. And I could have just hit like 2 or 3 directs, but I didn't. I kind of messed up a little bit. Try to go for another rail, miss it. And here I'm just trying to play, make sure I don't get railed. I run across, and I'm just playing a little passively. I don't want to give up any frags for free. I ult because I figure he's going to be coming to heavy. I get some decent damage, but it's not enough to steal anything. But then here he tries to drop into my LG, and I hit a direct rocket. That rail would have finished him. So I push him for the kill though. If I hit the rail, it would have killed him, but it's alright because he comes to me trying to get Mega because he needs something. I hit a good rail off the spawn, and I didn't hear him leave at all, so I didn't know he was gone here. Try to hit a flick. Obviously, you know, you don't hit all those. I hit a nice combo here. I didn't expect it, so I just pushed right in for the kill. Very fortunate. Even if if I didn't get the kill, I still would have been in a good spot. With my stack, I could have backed up. I could have ulted in defense. Like, everything would have been alright. Here, he's making a desperate play to try to get a kill. And so I ult just to keep myself alive, and I get another good kill. Try to get a spawn kill. I hit the first rail, and I don't hit a second rail. So he pushes through, or he tries to push me and kill me. And here I'm just trying to play as best I can to like max damage and delay the items a little bit so I can get between them. He RJs to rush to Mega just so I don't spawn on it. And I'm listening. I don't want to just rush rockets, but I hear him go to tribal. And so I just juke around. And he's just chasing me right now. I'm just avoiding him. I don't want to give up any frags. I have 8. And I'll have my ult here in a second. I can pop it to like prevent him from coming through anything. So I know Mega's gonna be coming up soon. I'll pop ult preemptively and I spam it. I didn't get any damage, so I decide to just back away. I don't need to challenge any items at all, really. Take anything. I just need to do some damage and just to keep him away. I didn't expect him to push like that. RJ, I was fortunate, so it completely slowed him down. So it forced him to telly. Gets me another good rail. And with a minute and a half left, I'm just trying to play for time at this point. I'm listening for him. And I hear the RJ to Mega. And I try to fake him out a bit, and I wanted to see if he would push, but he didn't. That's why I spammed it. And I didn't hear him until the last second. So I am fortunate to get out of there. He could have killed me 100%. Here, I avoided the rail narrowly, and I tried to hit one of my own, but it's not meant. I ult just to keep him back. I had a good rocket. I didn't hear the rail damage. This is why I backed up. I saw my health, and I decided to back up. I had enough damage to finish him, and that kill pretty much concludes the game right there. There's no chance at all. So here I'm just fighting. The frags mattered in the thing, so I'm trying to get as many as I can in case there's a tiebreaker. So I'm listening. I'm trying to figure out where he's at. And I heard the water, so I drop in. He does miss the rail, fortunately. I had a flick rocket. And that's another kill. So I figured he spawned rail, or I didn't. I forgot. I didn't realize it spawns. He could spawn at rocket there. It's a little bit later. So I'm just trying to get spawn kills. I do hit a nice rail. I tried to hit a flick, but it's not meant. And I heard him, and I figured why not push, get that extra kill. And that's the final kill of the game. GG's from Tim. I played really well. He played really well, and it was really fun. I'm happy how it turned out. I've beaten him online a few times in tournaments, but that's the first time I beat him online. So thank you all for listening, and follow Ascent Esports on Twitter and follow SciGameGG. Peace.